Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Advance Wars. Today we're tackling Campaign Mission 11. Looks like we're on the southern end of the main island of Yellow Comet. Sonia says, "They're pretty good, aren't they? You can go on and on about their superior number of bases, but they really just outlasted you, Father." Kanbei says, "But Sonia..." Sonia says, "Father, stop that whining. You're the Yellow Comet commander, for goodness sake." Kanbei says, "Yes, you're right, I am. What should I do?" Sonia says, "Well, first of all, we obviously need to match their number of bases." Kanbei says, "Of course! Kanbei must have bases too." Sonia says, "Yes, but we also..." Kanbei says, "It is decided. Kanbei shall secure bases near the enemy." Sonia says, "Father..." Ooh, gone again. Doesn't he realize that the proper location of bases is just as important as numbers? And once again, we get the choice of any of the three Orange Star COs. If we pick Andy, he says, "My units haven't lost yet." If we pick Max, he says, "The front line is where I'll win this battle." And if we pick Sammy, she says, "This map calls for some strategic maneuvering." So this mission is all direct and no indirect combat, so we're going to go with old Maxi Poo. Max says, "Here I go! Mission 11, Kanbei's Error." Day 1. Andy says, "Kanbei's got us surrounded." Max says, "On top of that, we have to seize properties to win. Looks like things are gonna get rough, brother." Sammy says, "But look, this time we have an airport." "This time we have an airport." Andy says, "What's an airport again?" I'll repeat that. "What's an airport again?" Max says, "Airports let us deploy air units. Plus, damaged planes and copters can go there to recover hit points." Andy says, "Oh, okay, got it. That's cool, but isn't that Kanbei's base right over there?" Sammy says, "Don't worry about that one. Take a close look. That base deploys ground units, right? Well, it's out in the middle of nowhere. It's completely useless. Let's ignore that one and capture some other bases and cities. We need to capture 15 properties to win." Alright, first thing we do is read the terms. Nell says, "The army that captures 15 properties first wins. Get moving." So similar to Mission 6M Blizzard Battle, I don't have to capture 15 properties. The first team to actually own a total of 15 properties is the one that wins. And there's also a hidden victory condition here. So in addition to the main objective of capturing or owning 15 properties, there is a hidden time limit. I have to finish this mission by day 12 in order to unlock 3 secret missions. And those 3 secret missions will be the next 3 videos after this one. Let's take a look at the map. It's a bunch of islands separated by ocean. I start with an airport and 2 factories, as well as a small air force, including a fighter. Kanbei starts with a small air force, including a bomber. But unfortunately for him, that bomber is within easy range of my fighter. As we covered in the opening, Kanbei has a factory for the first time. However, it's on an isolated island and serves no strategic purpose. Since I'm playing as Max, all of my direct combat units receive a ridiculous 50% attack bonus. This will really help me punch through the high defense of those Kanbei units. Strategy is just going to be to capture properties and produce as many Air Force units as possible. I'll have to be pretty efficient to get it done by day 12. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is take my fighter and casually move him up to the bomber, and we're gonna send that bomber to go sit by the Emperor's side. Destroyed in one salvo. Kanbei also has a fighter, but it's far away, so my fighter is not within range of it. Kanbei has a battlecopter, so I'm going to make sure that I move my own battlecopter to be just outside of its attack range. That spot works well. I'm going to order my 2 infantry to start capturing the gray cities on my home island. And we'll go ahead and build another infantry. By the way, on the Intel status screen, I get a rundown of how many bases and properties I have. I start with 4, Kanbei starts with 5, and the first to 15 wins. Day 1 for Kanbei. He says, "Oh, ho 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 ho! Look what I have found. A base for Kanbei's troops. I shall deploy a mountain of troops." Kind of sounded like Olaf there for a minute. Kanbei's going to deploy a Mount Fuji of troops onto me. So he moved his Air Force units up, but my stuff is out of range. So now my fighter gets first hit advantage on his fighter. Damage predictor says 65. Let's see what it does. Reduces Kanbei's fighter to 3, and mine takes 1 hit point of damage on the counterattack. I'll move my battlecopter up to shoot at Kanbei's battlecopter. Should reduce it to 3 or 2. 2. And my battlecopter takes 1 hit point of damage. Finish capturing these neutral cities on my home island. Look at the status screen, now I have 6 bases. I'll take my infantry that I just built, put it in my transport copter, and move him to the island in the northwest part of the map, which has 3 gray cities on it. And that's going to end my turn. Day 2 for Kanbei. He says, "Come back when you've matured some. Say, in 10 years. Morale boost." I like how the little sound effect sounds like a gong every time the effect is applied to one of Kanbei's troops. He moves his fighter up to shoot at my transport copter, but it only reduces it to 6. It's not terribly useful. Takes his battlecopter and knocks 1 hit point off of my missiles, which were sitting on my HQ. Day 3. I'll take my fighter, move over next to Kanbei's wounded fighter, and send him to go meet the boss. Wasted. And then with my anti-air, I will just take care of this little battlecopter problem here. Now Kanbei has no offensive air force left. I'll go ahead and take my infantry and put him in position to capture the remaining gray city on my home island. And I'm going to start pumping out, absolutely mass-producing battlecopters. It's going to be Battlecopter Palooza. I'll take my 9 hit point battlecopter and I'll just move on to Kanbei's island that has the base and shoot his APC that he just built. Why not? I don't think the AI is smart enough to build an anti-air here, but even if it did, it wouldn't really matter. On to the next turn. Day 3 for Kanbei. He's capturing some gray cities, which I need to be on the lookout for. He built an artillery on his one island that has the base. Not especially useful. I'm gonna go ahead and just make that determination. Not particularly useful. I'll take my battlecopter and move him back to my home island and build another infantry to put in the transport copter. Did I say battlecopter? I meant transport copter. I'll take the battlecopter I just built, move him over to Kanbei's factory, and shoot at the artillery, reducing it to 5. And then another missile salvo from my other battlecopter should destroy that artillery. And I'll build another transport copter. Day 4 for Kanbei. I'll check the status. I don't think... I'm pretty sure I'm not in danger of him actually reaching 15. He's got somewhere around 10 properties right now. He's going to continue capturing properties. Landed infantry on the thin island to the northeast of my starting island, which has a neutral city and a neutral airport on it. On Kanbei's factory island, I'm going to destroy his artillery piece that he just built for no reason. We can do this all day, Kanbei. Or I can just block it with my transport copter. I'm going to do that. And I'll move my fighter jet over there so I can just park the fighter jet on top of his factory and keep it nicely blocked. And I built a battlecopter. Day 5 for Kanbei. Keep forgetting to check the status. Promise I'll do it next turn. Alright, Kanbei currently has 11, and I have 8. So if Kanbei finishes capturing this one, that's 12. This one is 13, and this one is 14. So Kanbei cannot really win very easily at all here. He would need to successfully assault his way into my territory and take one of mine, which clearly is not going to happen. Take my battlecopters and start moving them onto the island in the north center of the map that has a Kanbei tank and a Kanbei infantry, and start reducing those troops. Whittle them down a little bit. Fly my new battlecopter over and shoot at Kanbei's APC, reducing it to 2. Load another infantry into my other transport copter, and in the turn. Day 6 for Kanbei. Okay, he does have 13 bases, and if he captures these 2 on his home peninsula, he will win. But obviously we're just not going to let him capture those. I think I must have miscounted before. Go ahead and fly onto the north central island and reduce Kanbei's infantry to 4. And we'll destroy his tank, which is at 5 hit points, and now is at 0. I'll drop off an infantry. Use my battlecopter to finish off Kanbei's APC. And I'll land a guy on Kanbei's factory island while we're at it. Build another battlecopter. Day 7 for Kanbei. I'll be starting to capture. We're not gonna let him capture it though. Don't you worry. On Kanbei's factory island, I'm gonna start capturing his factory. Finish capturing the 3rd neutral city on the northwest isle. Now I have 11, 4 to go for me, 2 to go for Kanbei. Okay. Finish off this infantry here. Start capturing Kanbei's city up in the north central island. And we'll keep the other copters in reserve. Build another battlecopter. Day 8 for Kanbei. Okay. Capture this city on the island to the northeast of mine. That brings me to 12. Capture Kanbei's base. That brings me to 13. Capture this Kanbei city. That brings me to 14. So I got 1 base to go. Do I actually have enough time? I guess we'll find out. Destroy Kanbei's transport copter while we're at it with my fighter jet. Wasted. Move up my choppers. Oh yeah, I have enough time. I can just use this infantry to capture this city right here. Day 9 for Kanbei. Captures his last city on his peninsula, but I've already taken 2 away from him, so it does not do him much good. And the numbers are 14 for me, 13 for Kanbei. I'll go ahead and take my battlecopter and finish off the infantry that he just landed on the north center island. And on the north center island, I will put one of Kanbei's cities under capture. So that means I should win next turn. Just double check that. Yep, should win next turn. Put my fighter jet on the airport to heal up and refuel. Day 10 for Kanbei. Not a whole lot he can do. Alright, this will be my last turn. I'll go ahead and use Max's power. Max Force! And we'll go on a little, just a little, tiny little killing spree. Fighter jet comes in and absolutely wrecks Kanbei's transport copter. Send him on to glory. I'll take my battlecopter and shoot at Kanbei's tank. Reducing it to 3, taking nothing on counterattack. Come in with my other battlecopter and shoot at the tank destroying it. Nothing else I can really do. Actually, I can remove this mech from the mortal plane while I'm at it. First copter salvo reduces it to 2, and the second one reduces him to 0. Alright. Go ahead and capture the city, and that should be game. Kanbei says, "By my sword! What a horribly useless base that was. And I was defeated in such short time. Was that base in a poor location?" And I get a property status screen. 15 for me, 12 for Kanbei. Max says, "That was hard work!" And I got an S. Looks like I was 1 day short of getting a perfect score. On the rank screen, I get 12 Advanced Wars coins. Do I get promoted? I don't quite get promoted. I'm still at rank 91, Gold Rat. That's going to wrap it up. Peace.